Hey guys, it's Matt Wenning at WenningStrength.com, and today we're going to do a dynamic upper bench press day, and I'm going to show you what that's like, and I'm going to show you how we break it down. So let's get at it. Okay, so everybody knows that the dynamic day, or you should know that the dynamic day is ultra important. There are three major methods in which to train: maximal effort method, dynamic effort method, and repetition effort method. Those three methods must be equally conjoined in order for us to make maximum progress, but also maintain an ability to get stronger by utilizing all kinds of different methods and not burning out. Okay, so the best way to get strong, right, is to do maximum effort method. But the problem with that is it's highly neurologically fatiguing, and it uses loads above 90%, which are hard to recover from. So one way we can get by that is to train the other side of the force equation, which is acceleration, and that is the dynamic effort day. Now on the dynamic effort day, what we do is we, again, with all workouts that we do and we prescribe on online coaching and in the manuals and here on this channel, is we start with winning warm-ups. Now, what's the purpose of the winning warm-up? Well, again, we're going to enhance contractile properties. So if we increase muscle temperature, then we're going to increase the neurological ability for the neuron to fire at the muscle better. We need to have that local. So just walking on a treadmill is not necessarily a great way to warm up. And we know that stretching can be damaging to the central nervous system and contraction properties, so we don't do that. So what do? We do movement. Now, there's all kinds of different ways we can be dynamic in the movement, but in my opinion, we need to be specific in that dynamic movement, and we need to hit the contractile properties of the muscles we're going to work that day. Okay? The next thing that we do with winning warm-up is we get weak points activated and acclimated. So what does that mean? That means that if we have triceps, lats, rear delts, any of those other particular muscle groups not functioning correctly when we bench press, which is a ton of you guys watching, if we slowly do those muscle groups and do them controlled with high volume before we do the actual core lift, it actually helps affect the form of your bench press in a positive fashion. The next thing that we always talk about all the time, and I'm trying to drill this guys into your head, is that you have to be in shape to get stronger. So GPP, or general physical preparedness, is one of the crucial building blocks or base of your pyramid to raise high. If you don't get in better shape, eventually you can't recover from heavier workouts, so you're gonna have a problem. So we attack three birds with one stone with the winning warm-up. So today we did tricep extensions on inclines, we did cable presses instead of dumbbells to not only change the actual mode, but also cables stay the same pressure up and down. When you're dealing with gravity and dumbbells and bands and chains, they change resistances. Cables stay whatever they are on the stack at every position of the lift. So they are a good alternative. It doesn't mean we use them all the time, but we can put them in every once in a while. The next thing is we hit dumbbell bent over rows. The dumbbell bent over row is huge in order to get the lat ready, but also it's in the exact same plane as a bench press. So as you can see, A, B, and C, the reasons why we do winning warm-up are all attacked in this area. Now this fork means that we do it in a circuit. That's what raises GPP. So as you notice, when we do this exercise, and that exercise, we did that in a circuit. There's no rest. We got that warm-up done in 12 to 14 minutes. So we did 4 sets of 25 of each of those exercises, 300 reps in 12 to 14 minutes. That's conditioning. We rested a couple minutes and set up the speed bench, and we utilized the buffalo bar today for speed bench. Why would we do that? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, it's unstable. So because of the arc in the buffalo bar, it's causing the bar to rattle. With that rattling, it causes it to make it more difficult to put a lot of pressure and power into. But when you go back to a straight bar, it feels simplistic and natural. So the trick is when you train, you want to make your training a little harder than you're competing. And that's where we find also is a huge problem with people that try to utilize conjugate and all this varying training, is they're not making this stuff harder in the gym than it would be in the actual core lift. That's why every time I did straight bar, straight weight lifting, it looked easy because my training was hard. Okay, so we used something that was unstable. We used 35% because we have done tons and tons of accelerometer and or measuring bar speed calculations, and we have found between 30 and 40% is maximum power. Okay, so if you go above that, you're going to move too slow. If you go below that, it's not heavy enough, you're not going to be able to move too fast. It's like throwing a wiffle ball or a bowling ball. We want to be right in the middle and throw a baseball. Okay, Accessories are based on correcting weaknesses and modifying contraction types. So as you notice in these accessories, we used a belt squat for triceps, which I highly recommend. It's one of my all-time secret badass exercises that we do. But that, as you notice, we are using a 1-2-3, 1-2-3 tempo. We already trained maximum velocity. Now we're slowing it down and doing tempo work, and we're doing it close till failure. So obviously speed work's not failure and it's not tempo. So what we've done is we changed the contraction type so that the muscle sees a new stimulus, therefore tries to grow even more. The better you get, the more important it is to have different modes happening all the time. And one of the ways to change that is to change tempo. The next thing you saw was a reverse grip lat pull down. Now, when you turn your hands backwards, it's a lot more of a stretch on the lat, and it's a lot different than anything you would naturally do. So we turned our hand backwards and we did everything again with a super slow tempo, high contraction, because we've already attacked speed work. So I've noticed that a lot of people ask me, well, Matt, on speed day, do you do all your stuff for quickness? The answer is absolutely not. You do the core lift for quickness. The other stuff is developing weaknesses, getting you conditioned, and slowing things down in order to make it more muscular action versus neurological action. So I hope this helps, and if you guys want to learn more, we're going to go into another 5 or 10 minutes of what we do and why on Patreon that we're going to cut right now. Talk to you guys later.